everybody. Welcome to another lead in. And I not too many weeks left, I guess, when I can put my tropical shirt on. But the end of August, it's kind of thematic, so it has a purpose today, in addition to just my garb. And those of you that follow me know that we put a lot of credence in our what we call our integrated cultural elements, or ICE 10 framework, where we highlight 10 elements that are really sufficient or necessary, maybe not sufficient, but absolutely necessary to drive extraordinary, adaptive, and even hopefully magical cultures. And one of those is play and experimentation, and kind of connected to that is fun. So play and experimentation really is the continuum between really getting into flow, like really in the flow of your work, and just like, man, you almost lose track of time. Experimentation at the other end is sort of is that when you're trying new things, you're kind of almost at the workbench all the time, tinkering around, but related to that is fun. And so this morning in the New York Times, I did a fun quiz. It's not particularly scientifically 100% valid, but it got me thinking about, am I kind of a fun person to hang out with or not? And so my wife and I both took the quiz. We had a few laughs taking it. So I decided for this podcast, I was going to make the Rubik's quiz on whether you were kind of a fun person to hang out with at work or not. So, I'm obviously, these are my 10, so you don't have to agree with them, but I'm saying you got to score 8 out of 10, or you're not on you got some work to do to be a little bit more fun to hang out with. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you a little bit. So here we go. Ready? Okay. Number 1, you have numerous times pulled tasteful but funny practical jokes on people at work. All right? Not just once, but you've done it a few times, and they've been funny, but you haven't crossed any crazy lines. Okay, that's number 1. Yes or no? Just got to answer yes or no. So number 2, when you are around people, although you can do this virtually as well, you fist bump, high five people, and kind of do it in a fun, kind of sincere kind of way. All right, that's number 2. Yes or no? Number 3, at times you have been in a place at work where you've been laughing so loud with a number of other people that people have told you to be quiet. Asked you politely, or sometimes not so politely, to be quiet. That's number 3. All right, yes or no? Number 4, when you send out emails, even though you're a professional, you use kind of goofy emojis every once in a while to make your point. And it can be the one that where not just but you kind of are emoji selective, but you do it to kind of create some fun. That's number 4. Number 5, you have more than once danced with your colleagues like no one's been watching. Like, I mean, you got all the moves going, right? And you're not, you kind of just let go and enjoy it. That's number 5. Number 6, you have on occasion worn tropical garb to work, or it's been kind of edgy. It's kind of maybe too long, too short, too big, too small. But, it kind of just makes you kind of more authentic. People have maybe even smirked a little bit in not a mean way, but, okay, that's number 6. Number 7, you have told a joke that is so close to the edge of inappropriate, you wondered whether you've told it, but when you do, it causes such laughter that you're glad you took the risk, but you didn't. You were just at the edge, but you wondered. Okay, and you can tell that joke again, and because it's kind of in your bank as your go-to joke. Number 8, you got fun nicknames for people, and people know them. They're not like mean names, but they're like, if you're like Garrett, like my son, You might call them Rubai or Ruby or Rubes, right? Because, that's kind of part of the sincere, kind of authentic rapport that you have, right? Okay. Number 9, you have been out with colleagues and you've been out and you've been having a really good time, and someone in your group has had to pee in a public place. That's number 9, a little bit edgy out there, but in your fun quiz, that's got to be a yes or no. And number 10, there have been a few times when you wondered after the night before how the heck you're going to survive the next day at work because of the fun time you had the night before. Those are the 10. What's your score? You got to score to be on the Rubus Fun list. You got to be score 8 out of 10. And if you don't, I'm just going to say you got a little work to do. Those are the Rubus 10. How do you do? 8, you're in my fun group. If you're a little less than that, you got some work to do. If you're less than 5, loosen up. Come on. Life's not that important. I mean, work's not that important. It's part of just having fun and just being alive. And yes, thank you for hanging out. Last days of summer. Join us on all our socials. Make workplace better. Gosh, we're all on that journey together. Hang out with Garrett and me and all our socials. See you next week. Bye for now.